What have you learnt from your audience feedback?
You're rocking my style. You're as fly as a G6.
Gee, thanks Napoleon, but I wouldn't have the courage to do it in front of all these people like you did.
It takes some real nunchuck skills to be like me. Don't worry, son, you'll learn one day.
Yeah, I just got my audience feedback. I'm learning already.
As part of our initial research, we conducted a questionnaire. Most of the questions were about romantic comedies. We found out from our audience that males were not as fond of rom-coms as females were. It was mainly because of this why we then changed our genre to a comedy with romance. After completing our teaser, we changed the genre again to a quirky comedy. This was because we ended up focusing more on our main character, Willy, than his love interest. In order to call it a rom-com, both characters would have had to share the attention. Here we have the feedback from our class after showcasing our first draft.
Limburger.
The bit when he comes out the elevator, it's unexpected when he falls over, so that was quite funny.
Yep, that's me.
Let's hear what you have to say. The music was really good because it fitted in right with the genre, but also because it creates that comic effect. So the music was good.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't use comic sans is way too recognised that people can.
No, but you overly use the front by saying, like you said, every time he says there she is, you write there she is.
Yeah.
People aren't going to listen, they're going to
Just have him say there she is.
He's just repeating himself. So you should have no writing, as in where he's talking. Maybe have Willy coming soon, that's fine.
That's it. We were saying before, if you take the font out and still leave the speech, it'll be okay.
I want to be able to understand it.
So do you think in terms of the narration and what is said, do you think that should change? Do you think the story needs to be more explicit?
Yeah. But take the text out.
Yeah. We need to keep the same voice, or do you think we should change the voice?
Make it louder. It's quite hard to
really understand.
But you know the way that the voice is like quite dopey and...
Have you not seen Napoleon Dynamite?
No.
Yeah.
Get a voice similar to that.
Yeah, see that was our inspiration.
Willy, coming soon.
The issues we got about it were basically that it was long-winded, there were copyright issues with using as much of the music as we did, most didn't get the storyline of it, and in the end we learnt from it and changed the narrative, kept one simple voiceover and cut out a lot of footage to tease the audience more. Here is the audience feedback.
Willy, coming soon.
To draw people into like they want to watch the film, so like, yeah.
Okay, do you think that it did what it was supposed to do?
Yeah.
Okay, would you pay to watch this film in the cinema?
Yeah.
Okay, why would you do that? Is it anything specifically? Yeah.
I like sort of like comedy movies, and like watching this trailer, it seems like it's a comedy movie.
Okay.
So I'd watch it.
I really liked it because he's on a mission, so it's like an adventure for him.
Okay. Does anybody have a favourite part? Yeah.
My favourite part was when he started dancing.
Okay.
When he was trying to exercise on the ball and he fell backwards.
Right, if you had the chance to, what would you do to improve it? I might put some speech in. Can you give us an overall rating out of 10?
8.5.
8. 9. 6.
9.5.
8. 9.2.
Coming soon.
Wow.
Well.
So, did you enjoy the teaser trailer?
Yeah, I did. I really thought it was wonderful. I thought it was funny. I thought Otis is a great actor, and I actually really want to watch it. Anyone else?
Yeah, I thought it was quite funny, especially parts of the dancing. I find it quite enjoyable actually.
It's a good trailer with the music and the acting. Really quick.
Does our teaser do what it's intended to do? So just tease the audience and make you want to watch it?
Yeah, or did exactly what it did. It was supposed to tease us into watching it more, and I do actually like to watch it in movies.
For me, maybe I think it didn't actually say what the story is about, or just showed us what one character in it. It didn't say what it's actually about or the story behind it.
I think it kind of made the story obvious. Like, you know what's going to happen, so why would you want to watch it? No offense, it's great. Really great.
I just, the one thing I didn't like was the switch over from when he's sticking up posters into when he dances. It's too fast, and it just looks like cut and put a scene on. I think you should try and make it more flowy. So yeah.
Would you pay to watch Willy in the cinema?
Yes, I would.
Possibly.
I personally won't, because it hasn't told me enough about what it is, or just there's one character in it, like I said before, but no story behind it. It's not interesting enough. The trailer.
As in, like, it's got the clips, it's got the editing, the footage, but it just doesn't have that big effect to make you want to watch it.
Do you happen to have a favourite part? And if so, which part is it?
When he was dancing.
I think it was the opening. I just thought it was so cute. It was so adorable. And I really liked it, and I thought it was funny.
No, the end part.
Willy, coming soon.
If you had a chance, what would you do to improve it? I'd fix that cut bit where I said, they're quite strict with it. We should be making it more flowy because it looks like it's really edited.
Maybe involve some other characters to explain what the story might be about.
To show other characters, because the trailer is actually centralised around them people. If you show the characters, it shows like the setting and environment and stuff. Possibly change the wording when it says one man on a mission. Change that to make it a bit more dramatic. Change the music. The music is good, but just change it a bit more to make it feel a bit more.
And can you give us an overall rating out of 10? I'd give 7.
7.
I'll give it a 6.
Our magazine cover was originally called Film 24/7. We changed this to Exhibit because it was more original and our peers weren't very fond of the original name. We also put all our writing on the magazine cover in capital letters. We did this to make it look more professional. This was also something we were advised to do. Take a look at our feedback.
Okay guys, so you've just seen our magazine front cover, and so I'm just going to ask you a few questions. Do you like our magazine front cover? It's alright.
To show the character, it says quite a lot about he might be dopey or quite slow and quite a funny character.
It's a bit dark, and just because this is like a comedy, you shouldn't use such dark colours themes. You should reflect a more colourful theme to represent the movie.
Having looked at the magazine front cover, would you actually feel like you'd want to go out and, see the film? Or
I'd read about it, but I don't think I would watch it.
It doesn't really tell you much about it.
From the front cover, it doesn't stand out enough for me to go, I want to go watch that film.
The actual cover itself is okay, but I don't think it's intended what it's supposed to. It's kind of, it could be a lot better.
There's a bit too much blue as well, because everything's quite blue. Maybe if it's different colours, the actual comedy exclusive really might stand out.
And his actual number is blue, and the line in front with Willy is actually blue, so you can't really see, it's hard to see the character and what he's holding in his hand.
Do you happen to have a favourite part, and if so, what was it?
Of the
face.
Yeah, the face.
You like the face?
The facial expressions used by the character.
Okay, so you said that you liked the face for the main part of the magazine, and so if you had a chance, what would you do to improve it?
The colour scheme.
Yeah, the colour scheme. No, maybe different colours and the clothing he's wearing. It don't make the actual writing stand out.
And also, it's not really clear where he is.
Can you give us an overall rating out of 10?
6.
5.
4.
Right.
Thank you.
Our original poster was of Willy sitting under a tree with one arm out, awaiting an apple to fall, one which will never fall. The reason why we changed it was because the audience felt it was irrelevant and didn't see how it worked with the teaser. Hence the reason why we included more images of scenes from the teaser. Take a look at the feedback.
Okay, so you guys have just seen our poster. Do you like our poster?
I like it, but the thing that I don't seem to like is that there's too many images on the poster and it's too much going on. So that's
I don't think there's too many images. I just think that this image, like at the bottom, is a bit random.
Yeah, and I actually think the various use of images is quite good because it's showing different characters and different scenes of the main character as well.
So, like in the teaser, you would see just certain parts. But from the poster, you see more than that, so it's more of a tease and see what the movie's about.
Okay, so does our poster do what is intended, which is basically, because it's a teaser poster, it's supposed to tease you as well. It's more or less the same thing as a trailer, except it's an image version. Do you think that it does what it's supposed to do?
it describes the film. I understand that it's about a nerd and really beautiful girl, so...
Yeah, I think, especially because it's quite a main image in an important place with the two characters, and I thought, it explains it quite well.
I agree, but the thing I have an issue about is the writing for Chloe, the actual name itself. It's on the left-hand side. The actual main picture of Otis has two names around it. You can't really distinguish which name goes where. So if you were to move the picture to the left and put the right on the other side, that would be a bit more better.
Does it make you want to find out more about the film and sort of eventually pay to watch it in the cinema? Would you pay to watch it in the cinema?
Yeah, maybe. Not hasn't fully convinced me, but it might push me towards it.
Yeah, I would actually look at the ratings to see how it goes and then I'd watch it, but I would like to look into watching it.
Possibly. The poster is more persuading me to watch it than that for teaser. Because the teaser persuaded me, but this has a bigger impact.
Interesting. I'll think about it.
Do you happen to have a favourite part? And if so, what is your favourite part?
I like the bench, when he's sitting on the bench.
Picture with him laying on the bench. Shows you a unique character and a funny character.
I like Chloe's picture. I think it's really fun.
Like the big main picture, because it actually shows a lot about the photo, who he is.
If you had the chance to, what would you do to improve it?
Maybe just add a sentence somewhere about how he's after, how he's after the girl, or like just a little brief about the story or a little hint about the story.
Picture at the bottom where he's in his speedo or underwear or whatever that is. I don't think that's necessary. Because if, let's say, you put this around the cinema, you've got kids walking around, and it is kind of inappropriate in a way.
Maybe change the white around him to match the actual colour of with the actual name Willy, because that's grey there, but around him is white. So change the colour a bit darker or lighter to match it.
Just explain it a bit more. Like, you don't really know what's going on, what's happening.
Yeah, or maybe, because he is doing this funny stuff in different images, maybe you can have other characters around him just looking at him in such a way that, oh yeah, he's doing funny things, just to show more, emphasise that, the type of character he is.
Okay, so can you each give us an overall rating out of 10 on the poster?
I'd give it a 7.
I'll give it an 8.
8 as well.